What is going on, guys? It is Wednesday, and as you can tell by the title, this is kind of a video I didn't really want to make. I never thought I can't say I never thought I wouldn't be making it, but it's a video that I knew probably was coming later this year or next year. I just wasn't really sure when, and you know, I kind of wanted to talk to you guys, just my followers that have been subscribed to this channel for a very long time. If you've been following, and some of you guys have been really following me since I picked up my GT back in 2014. And if you go look at the beginning of my channel, my first video that I made where I really wanted to start vlogging kind of just went over owning a 2015 Mustang GT back when they weren't really, not popular, but they weren't as readily available. So you couldn't just go to a dealership and find one pretty much optioned out the way you wanted. You had to order it. And you know, I had struggles finding my GT, and I got super lucky because my GT was a canceled order from the dealership. So you know, that going all the way back then to now, almost 6 years has passed. I've had my S550 for 6 years, and she is currently at 35,247 miles. And I gotta say, the ownership experience of the 2015 Mustang GT, the S550, has been the best ownership experience I've ever had with any vehicle. It's never given me problems. It's never left me stranded on a road trip. I have beat the hell out of the car. I have done 7,500, 7,700 RPM shifts without any problems. I have put 3 superchargers on the car. I have ran probably my stock fuel system way harder than it probably should have been ran, and the fuel pump has been stock. It has it's ran a booster pump for quite a long time, and it's never given me problems. The only failure that I had with the vehicle was when it came out at 500 miles, the transmission was replaced because they thought the throwout bearing was making a noise. It wasn't the throwout bearing. But the new trans has been absolutely fine. I am currently running a Vengeance clutch, and even with the Pro Charger, the stock clutch held up fine with those power levels. Now, mind you, I had issues with my Pro Charger. I had a lot of problems with the Pro Charger. So, you know, I could talk for hours about, you know, my experience with the car, and, you know, I might eventually down the road, but I kind of wanted to sit down. You know, it's about an hour before I drop off the car to Power Lab Performance, and, you know, if you haven't been following along or you're not sure why I'm doing this, I'm going to talk about that right now. So, I'm not getting rid of the car because I have any financial problems. I'm not getting rid of the car because I don't like it. But obviously there comes a point to where you gotta say, well, you know, you gotta make a change, right? You got to, there's no reason for us to have 4 fun vehicles, right? We have Julie's Mustang. We have my Mustang. We have the Ranger, which has become the primary vehicle of focus in our lives right now. Outside of the blue car, the Ranger has become our centerpiece right now, with all the amazing work that APG Off-Road has done, all the road trips we've taken, all the relaxing experiences we've had with it. And, you know, coming up, we're going to the beach, we're going to an island with it, and we're having so much fun with that off-road community and stuff. You know, my Mustang has been sitting. And if you've been living under a rock right now, Carvana and dealerships and CarMax are giving people a lot of money for their vehicles because there is a shortage that seems to have been generated because of all the pandemic stuff. So you know, with all that stuff going on, it makes sense that, like, me getting $30,000 for my vehicle, yeah, you heard that right, an early 2014 build Mustang GT getting $30,000, I would be stupid not to say, all right, well, it's really come time to kind of, you know, throw my hand in and say, all right, I think this is the right time to get rid of my car, my Mustang. And a lot of people might be asking then, well, okay, so you're gonna get rid of your car, what are you gonna get next? There's a lot of options out there. Right now, there's really nothing that interests me as far as, like, I love the C7 Vets. I rode in one, I drove one, and it's a really nice car, but I don't want to get into a financial situation where I'm paying on a car that just sits again, right? Like, my Mustang sat a lot because there hasn't been a ton of meets, and we haven't really been focusing on meets with car stuff. We've been doing more off-road, and we've been doing more self-time, right? We've been spending a lot more time, you know, camping and doing things and traveling. So my car will sit. So if I do buy a C7, like a Z06, it's gonna sit. One of the biggest options that I really wanted to consider within the next, I would say, 6 to 8 months would be a Viper. And I've always wanted a Viper, and it is still in my top 3 choices of what I would pick. It would be between the year 2005 to like 2014 if the prices became more reasonable. The other option would be the new Ford Bronco, and that seems the most logical choice because we're so into the off-road stuff right now, and we don't see that stopping anytime soon with traveling. The Bronco would make sense to become more of the overland vehicle. It can be outfitted more with overland stuff. You know, it's not a truck, so there's a little bit less utility to that than a Ranger would be. But I don't know, like, I don't know if we want an SUV, a truck, and a Mustang. The Bronco would make sense because, I mean, if you look at the Bronco symbol, it is kind of a Mustang, and, you know, even in their press release, it says it has the heart of a Mustang, and a white Bronco outfitted, a 4-door, fully loaded with 12-inch screen and saddle brown leather seats is kind of what I'm really leaning towards. But the problem is, it's still gonna be a long ways out before I can go to a dealership and get a Bronco outfitted the way I want. I do not want to go through the order process. So, with that being said, you guys kind of just heard that, like, what I'm wanting in the future. I don't know yet. Things can change. In 4 to 5 months, I can say, well, you know what? I kind of miss it. I want another Mustang, and I could go buy, I don't think I would buy a Gen 3 Mustang. I don't think that would happen. Or I might say, hey, I might want insert other vehicle and try that out for a year. Give it a try for a year, and if I don't like it, I'll trade it in when the Broncos are really readily available out there in the market. So who knows what's going to happen now. The big thing is that's happening today is Julie's car is going in, and I want you guys to really kind of, like, if you're really into my channel, you're really into following me and Julie and what we do with our Mustang, this is going to be a big thing for us, because now that we won't have 2 Mustangs to focus on, the blue car is becoming both of ours. She's taking the Paxton off of her car, and there was nothing wrong with it, right? Our friend purchased the Paxton kit. She's moving to the Whipple Gen 3. Not only that, she's getting my clutch, my Vengeance clutch. She is getting the MGW shifter, and she is getting the Stage 2 setup from Whipple. The Cobra jet intake is moving over. And not only that, I'm buying a 4 Innovations double pump fuel system for the blue car. So we are looking to hit 850 to the tire just from that system and E85. So Julie's car is going to be predominantly running on E85 24/7. So I'm excited. I'm going to be documenting that process. I'm going to give you guys my opinions on moving from all these supercharger setups, from the Pro Charger to the Paxton to the Gen 2 Whipple to the Gen 3 Whipple to the Gen 3 Whipple on a fuel system. I'm going to let you guys know my thoughts. And of course, we're sticking with Powerline Performance for the tuning. They've been absolutely fantastic. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video that is kind of just talking over everything that we're doing. And yeah, I hope you stick around, because I think there's going to be some exciting things that happen here on my channel and on my social media that I'm going to be sharing. And I truly appreciate it if you are one of those folks, and even if you're just a new subscriber, I really appreciate it. But if you have been around here since the beginning, and you can say you have been around since I got my S550, let me know in the comments. I'm really curious if you guys have been, and just want to let you know I really appreciate you guys sticking along. And we are still in the Mustang game. We will be at Mustang Week next year with the blue car and probably one of our other vehicles. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.